Cordell Morris here with State Bank of Southern Utah. Today I'm going to sit down with our CEO, Eric Schmutz, who's going to share all about the growth of the bank, including the expansion of our headquarters here in Cedar City. Thanks for joining with me today, Eric.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, State Bank has been experiencing a lot of growth in recent years. Noticed that there's an expansion going on in your main building. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
You bet. That's a big expansion for us, but it was something that we recognized some time ago with the growth that we're having in the bank throughout the entire system. We really needed a place for more administrative offices, and so we determined that that was the best location to centralize a few things and be more efficient. So we're adding about 20,000 square feet and a number of offices and a very nice conference room for the community use as well. So we're excited about that. Looking forward to adding on and bringing more centralized operations right there locally.
That's awesome. And then tell me about Washington Fields in the Washington area. Tell me about the building going up there.
Anybody who goes to Washington Fields or St. George, Washington County, if you don't drive around in a 30-day period, you're behind because the growth is just tremendous. But there's a need for financial services out in the Washington Fields area, and so we've got a prime location out in the fields that we are in the process of getting the final approval from the city. We've acquired the ground and we're going to build a nice facility out there that'll bring a lot of financial services that we currently enjoy in all of our offices, but right out there where the people can access them. And we're excited about it because we're taking that location and trying a few new things that will modernize things. It's more of a customer-friendly technology approach to banking, and it'll be fun.
We're excited to see how that turns out. Is there a timeline on Washington Fields?
Well, with supply chain and everything else and construction and as busy as it is, so that's going to push us into the end of 23, probably into the beginning of 24 before that will be open.
Okay, fantastic. What can you tell me about what's happening in our Gunnison location?
Be happy to. Gunnison is a great little valley, Gunnison Valley. You know, it takes in many little towns, and so we say Gunnison, we like to say Gunnison Valley. But we acquired and merged with Gunnison Valley Bank a few years ago. And the building that we have currently in use is a leased building. And that's the only one that we have that is leased. And so with the growth that we're experiencing and enjoying there, we determined, let's get a building that we own and expand it, make it a little bit more modern and nicer. And so we're excited to be about complete with that project, and we'll be opening that up and having a ribbon cutting in the first part of November. And we're excited to bring a modern new building to Main Street, Gunnison, to serve Gunnison Valley.
Okay, so State Bank, one of the unique things about State Bank is the ability to provide that local feel and that personal attention, right? So as the bank continues to grow, does that mean it's going to change the way the bank functions, or will the bank continue to provide that local personalized feel?
Cordell, that's a challenge when you grow, because I can go through my tenure of being with the bank. It spans a lot of years. And so we begin with that hometown, very friendly, personal experience as our core. And as we've grown as much as we have, and I won't go through the numbers, but it's significant, that's been one of the things that we've tried to preserve and want to preserve as we go forward. Even though we get bigger with a lot more employees, more locations, more sophisticated banking products and services, the one thing we want and have to maintain is that customer experience, valuing the customers that we have and our employees to where it's a good experience to do financial services. And with so much going online and remote and using technology, some people say that experiential part of banking is old-fashioned. It's not. People still need to have communication. They still need to have a relationship. And we're going to continue that. That's one thing that we started with. And even as we grow, we're going to maintain.
I think that's fantastic. So recently, Forbes, they rated all the banks in the country. They did a survey, and came back with some great rankings as far as State Bank is concerned. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. First of all, that was nothing that we were not aware that they do those types of surveys, but apparently they do, and we're glad that they did. And it's neat when something like that happens because we don't posture anything, we don't prep anything. It's a true survey. But yes, they recognized us. They pointed out that their survey was asking people about their experience, about friendliness, about the way financial products are delivered, and there was less than 3% of the banks across the whole country that were recognized as being in this top level, and State Bank of Southern Utah was the only one in Utah that was listed. If you go to Forbes' website, you'll be able to recognize or be able to read about that survey and how significant that really is, and we're proud that the fact that they recognized us as being customer friendly.
Yeah. If you're interested in reading the Forbes magazine, we'll put a link in the comments below, and so please make sure to check that out. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, Cordell.